short pre-plan, but you know, there should be a plan, but we'll see how it goes basically. We started already here. Soon, practitioners are waiting there to share experience with you. Then we'll have dinner. It's 5:30. We serve dinner, I think, at that room, so you don't have to go far. Stay here. And then after dinner, then we start this idea generation. So stay inspired after the dinner still. Teaming up here and expanding ideas, maybe already pitching could be. And then we have a little board, but it depends. This is just approximately when we make the poses here. We have to finish by 9 o'clock. But it can be 15 minutes earlier or something like that. Let us know if you need to leave earlier. But we plan to stay with you here till 9 o'clock. But it can be earlier as well. It depends how fast we are working. Then we certainly finish with your sort of action plans. So that's very important that you generate sort of action plans, what you do for the next steps, next stages, and what you bring to the next tram stop 40s in March 20th then, right? In the meantime, just work on your ideas. That was basically all about what lies ahead here, what's the menu for tonight. But I give now word to Harald, and Harald will give word to the next person.
Yeah, it's like playing the ball, thanks.
Okay.
So we promised you some really good practitioners talking about ideas and products they have created and how they have been able to make it successful. We start out with some interesting technological systems. How many of you are students in schools? Yeah, in university or school, so you are probably a student. If you're in university lectures, then often you end up having like 100 or 200 people in one hall, and then one poor lecturer in front of it who doesn't have any clue whether he's doing great or not, or do they actually listen on the back, or are they sleeping, or whatever is going on. Today we have this one guy here who is actually working on this big issue, how to make the feedback thing working, that to get this interaction between the student and the teacher. And how can you solve it with technical things? That's what we're about to find out, because today we have here Girinat Gopinath. Is it good?
You're right.
Pronunciation.
Thank you.
From the Student Response System company. And they were actually funded a Vega Fund Grant and Kaleidoscope Award last year. So let's see, how far have you managed to go, and what's currently working in the company. Let's give a round of applause to get this guy really excited, and he will do a really motivating.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I was inspired by this to ask you by Khalaf Khanna, who was there previously till December anyway. I used to see him during every tram or every program. He used to start with, "Are you ready?" It was very inspirational, so I started with it. It's good. Anyway, so my name is Giri. We are a team of 5 people working on a particular project. And I was also sitting like you for the last Tram 11 in 2014 during September-October sessions. And now I'm here with some project and prototype. So let's go through with this journey. So this particular presentation I have split into 2. The first part will be what we are doing and why we are doing. And the second part, how we became success and what all hurdles or difficulties we faced during forming this team and getting up to this, reach this particular time. So I'll start with a promo video so that you will get an idea of what it is. Perfect. So, okay, what it goes with it is, I need to explain it to you anyway. It's just 30 seconds. So we already have problems within the university when we have a lot of students. We don't have a personalized feedback from each student to the professor, whether the level of understanding or the level of learning. Of course, we have grades, we have exams, we have assignments, everything is there. And the feedback you're giving at the end of the semester, it goes for the next semester. But that never gets reflected for you. It's goes for the next batch of students. So we thought about it like a bunch of students, and then we came up that we want a real-time, instant feedback where professors or lecturers or even instructors can correct or can improve whatever they can do to improve the learning skills of the students. So we came up with something which is makes students to improve their understanding skills. And the first thing, we need to know what is the problem. And the second thing, we need to have a vision, what was a real problem and how to solve it. And the third, we need to have a solution. So you'll be coming across with all these tram 11 sessions, how to do each part of this 1, 2, 3. So these 3 points are much more important than to you that to understand what's your real problem and does there a solution required. If that is not required, don't go for that problem, leave it, go for the next problem. So we say always we have smart features, intelligent features. Of course, there are being driven from the request by students, from professors. We did almost a lot of survey, like around 250 students, and right now 38 professors or instructors from University of Tartu, and we understood that what they really need. Some are very interested. We got even negative answers because when we go with a new or project, we always should expect something negative, but don't go down or go back, go for it. So the first rule of thumb is make it viral and make it sticky and then make the money. Don't try to make the money at the initial stage. So you want to make people to get attracted by knowing what is they really need, what they really want. So with the current system, feedback system, you have Google Docs, Google Forms, you have papers, you can write it down, you can give to professors, but it takes time. You don't have any statistics. You don't have any data analytics there. So we worked on a bunch of programmers worked on something called learning analytics. So we try to implement learning analytics to our system so that if a student gives a feedback, the professor or the instructor will get a dashboard which is real time and try to understand whatever he taught the topic is really understood or learned by the students rather than he's waiting till the final examinations. So of course we have a lot of competitors and we came up with all minimizing all demerits and came up with more advantages compared to others. Of course we want to make money. At the end, I attracted you, and at the end, I'm talking about the money. There will be some starter which will be free. There will be basic and professional versions, that's the revenue mode for a startup. And we have achievements. So far, we have got approximately 3,000 euros for this particular project. It's a big money, of course, yes, and we deserve it. And we won a Vega Fund and a Kaleidoscope, which is 500 euros, and the other one. And this is our team of 4. There's one more person from Talent. Now, I've told you what we are doing, how we did it. There are a lot of background work is done. A lot of hard works are done. A lot of sleepless nights and weekends have been made for this to come up with this particular project. So when you do pitching, these particular 10 points are very, very important. You should be more confident, be energetic, very energetic, and be deliberately practice it. And use very simple terms. Don't use much more complicated words. So this was almost a success to this particular project. And then you should have an outline of your idea, how you're going to work on it. This problem is still revealing. Do you want this problem? And is there a solution for this? Are there many other solutions for this? How do you think differently? And are you going to make some money? Does the user is going to pay you? What is the future? Whether the team are cooperating each other? These many things are there. So anyway, you'll be going much more in detail by the other experts. Now, this is very important, which I have few pictures coming in, like few nice slides, which will be very interesting to you. Keep in mind, each one is very, very important when you're working as a team. Because we started with a team of 7, and there are people who couldn't give commitments for a long-term commitment, and and it shrinking to 4. And then one more person left, but 2 came in. So always keep in your mind, you should have a backup. So when you think that you have 7 members, don't think I am the happiest team in this world. No, you are going to worry more when you have more people. So keep in mind, you should have a more committed person. The time is the money here. You don't want money here, but you need time. Money will come later. So keep in mind, be cooperative and enjoy your teamwork with commitment. Otherwise, this cat cannot get this. So go for it. Now, be confident. You can be a cat, you can be more silent wherever you want, but in front of customers, in front of investors, be more confident. Be energetic. Then set a goal. Never simply, okay, I got some idea, I have some session, let me go sit it, and then do something, find some friends, do work on it. No, set a goal. I want to start this, I want to end up. I want to go with it. If I'm starting it, I will end with a product, or at least a prototype. That should be your goal when you're here. Then the speed. Don't be slow, because think that there are hundreds of other people working on the same project like you, from somewhere other the part of the world. You should be fast as possible. When you try to put it and when you speak out your idea in the public area or public place, this is now a public place anyway. So you should be much more faster. How can you get this product out of your mind? So it should be on your hand, technical, website, or whatever you have. And very important, listen to others. When they try to talk to you, don't do whatever you want in your own business. No, because they might tell you bad, they might tell you good. Sometimes bad also gives you more inspiration or more energy to finish it soon. So listen to them. Always try to find out the fastest way. This picture might mislead you to find the shortcut. No, never. I never say shortcut. Find the fastest way to get there. Don't try to go in a different way, more illogical ways. Try to make it faster so that your product or prototype will be out as fast as possible. Now, this is really important. If you don't know something, or if you couldn't understand something, go for experts and feedback. For us, it worked a lot. 38 professors gave us very good feedback, and many mentors from the session gave us lots of feedback. We dropped some of our functions, we dropped some of our features, we added few of them. So feedback from experts really works out. Now, business plan. This is where Marat was mentioning about idea killing. Anyway, it's not being killed, but you yourself will be killing that whether my product will make some money or not. So you should have a vision and a goal. So try to see whether your product can make some money. Of course, if you can make it free, if you feel you don't want to make money. So it's up to you how you want to become an entrepreneur, to be a non-profit or a profit entrepreneur. And finally, always go for a positive communication. Here they can say, don't step on the grass, but they said, don't disturb its dreaming. So use sweet and positive words to communicate well for a strength teamwork. Without the teamwork, you cannot finish this particular task. So good luck and thank you so much.
How many of you are planning to execute an idea that is technology related, some application, some website or thing? How many of you are thinking of that kind of idea? Okay. Giri, at the moment you have the working product. Is it working?
Yep.
And you actually have first paying customers as well?
Not yet, because our customer will be university.
Yeah.
And university takes a lot of time to pay us. So we are going to give university for 1 year for testing base.
And how big has your team been to create that?
So now it is 5 people. So 3 developers and other 2, me and Alexi. So we are not non-developers, more getting into documentation, business idea, feature selection, interviews, feedbacks. So we are taking care of them. Developers are given only for the job of development for programs.
Is it difficult to find developers?
It is really difficult to find developers for a specific task. Basically for this real time, and there are standard templates available. But when you're trying to make it commercial, you cannot just use someone else. You should bring it from the scratch. And also you need to have servers, domains, hosting, so you should have some money to do that. But for prototyping and pilot version, you don't need anything.
you came to Tram, it was your initial idea, or had you already been working with your
So Alexei and me started the idea at the spot where the tram started.
boom, like
Yes, we didn't have anything before. We had plans like what to do, but we didn't have how to do it. After getting into tram only, getting mentors, discussions and feedback, we understood, okay, this is how we need to do it. It's not the way so easy as we planned. So it was so difficult, even though it looks very easy. Yeah, sometimes if we don't want to make it as a product, it's easy. But if you want to make it as a product, you need to face a lot of challenges, basically questions. You should have answer for every question from your mentors, from your customers, even from your competitors.
And what was it that kept you going? You said you had a lot of challenges. You probably had some time thinking, maybe it's not so lucrative area. Maybe we shouldn't mess around it. What were the things that enabled you to go from idea to execution? Actually, what were you shared some of the success factors, but what was the most important thing that gave you the momentum?
So the first things, two mentors are here who gave me challenges. So the first challenge was on Sunday, I was asked to take at least 10 professors' interview or a feedback. It's impossible, but we tried. We almost tried 8 of them. 8 of them said it's Sunday, please don't disturb us. It's fine, but we tried. So the will, don't say I wish to do it, say I will do it. That is important. So our aim for confidence on I will do it was our challenges basically. Because initially we were telling I wish to do it or I supposed to do it. But when we said I will do it, it totally changed. Because then we understood how people are responsive to us, how people want to respond to us. That made us to be more proactive. That is the word I should use here, proactive. Knowing what is going to happen and then take steps before. So making proactive, I was able to, we all teams were able to do it better in front of the student side as well as on the faculty side. The most challenging part was from the faculty side. Most of them said, no, we don't want to go with this new technology. We are okay with the current traditional technology or whatever system they're doing. Then we took a lot of time for us to convince them, because it's not so easy to convince them if they are stick to a traditional system. So it was a challenging part, and still it's challenging to us to convince them.
But you still have it as a will, not as a wish.
Yes, we are doing it still because we are sure, compared to the competitors, we can do better.
Any questions you would like to ask from Gire? Please.
So, what about University of Tartu? Do we have a trial of your product?
Okay, so University of Tartu already 8 professors asked for a trial version to us, and by end of May, everyone will be getting a trial version. Right now, if you want to test, you can test, but not in a classroom, because we have never tested the load balance. We need to test at least for 500 students at the same time responding how it's going to react. So we have not tested that. We have tested for 10 students. So we will finish all the testing by end of May, it will be ready.
Okay, that's big. I would like to try it.
Sure.
It's free. But next semester.
So the advantage here was the idea came from students, for students. So the students really understood what was the real problem. So we created a 3 minutes video where Estonian students, some of them who were already interviewed here, sitting here, they told us what's the real problem in the current feedback system. And also University of Tartu feedback system. They didn't say it's bad, they said it's good, but it can be improved to make it personal. So we tried to make it personalized.
Giri, will you be with us tonight here, or will you be until the end of the event?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so if you have any specific questions about how they made it happen and so forth, feel free to ask from Giri. At the moment, big thanks for sharing
Thank you so much.
the will of willing to do it. Yeah. Thanks. Give a round of applause for Giri. Some more practitioners we have here today. So this was an area of programming, of IT area. Another vital area is design. Therefore, we have asked here a graphic designer who has been involved in a lot of